Every man that I've gone on dates with that has been a masculine energy man, he's secure, he's confident, he's financially successful, they never ask me about my work, my job, my career. They don't ask me at all. They don't care. They don't care if I'm CEO or if I'm working minimum wage. They do not care. They maybe around date 3 will maybe be like, what do you do? And it's more like just kind of curious as far as like getting to know me. And it's usually like, do you like what you do? Do you like your...
Men do not fantasize about women who make 6 figures. Men don't care how much money she is making. They don't care what her career is. They don't even really care if she has a career or not. Men care about like 3 things. Does she do blowjob?
If it wasn't for women, men would just like sleep on a mattress on the basement floor. They wouldn't even bother to get a nice house or a nice bed or anything really nice because men just don't care about all of that stuff nearly as much as women do. It's really because of women that men are out there busting their ass to provide this luxurious, beautiful lifestyle for women. So yes, women are expensive.
Okay, listen, this is just a reminder that men are disgusting and they do not care about half the shit that you think that they care about. They do not care about the little things that you obsess over in your head.
I have to quit the internet. I really do. Sorry, we all have to pretend that we like coffee dates now or we get read to absolute fucking filth. You want me to go to coffee with you? We're not in a fucking Bible study. Like the last person I got coffee with who I was not like working with was a girl who my boyfriend was cheating on me with. That's what coffee is for. Sorry, you're asking me a coffee before you ask me to marry you? It's not happening. Would she expect a nice dinner? Yeah. What if she did? Get your money up, not your funny up. It is not her fault that you were an insecure Liz. Also, dates don't have to be expensive to be fun. The best first date I've ever been on was a picnic where we were watching skateboarders in Venice. It was just a blanket and a bottle of wine. We had such a great time. We ended up going out with both of our friend groups later that night. And by the end of the night, we were so faded and so in love. We went skinny dipping in the ocean at 2 a.m. I'm sorry you're boring. Don't blame the economy. Figure it out and leave that girl alone.
Well, nobody's blaming the economy. There's a lot of men that do that. As a matter of fact, there was I don't want to call him a fitness influencer, but the dude was fit. He had a page for fitness, and I think he actually had a coaching program for fitness. So I'd say he was, I don't want to say a trainer because I didn't see his credentials, but he definitely had clients, I think. He had all of that. He did all of that. The woman ghosted him. He had the games. He had the bottle of wine. He had the whole bag. Ghosted him. Could not get a hold of her. Y'all need to learn to stop talking when y'all don't know what's going on.
So welcome back to things you should never tell a man before he's actually your man. I know this one's very controversial, but do not tell a man that you are happy to go 50-50. Just don't. For the love of God. Personally, I feel like at least with the goddamn dates, he can cover those. The bar is literally on the floor. Most men won't even pay for a goddamn coffee date. So don't say I'm going to pay 50-50. I'm happy to do that. No, let him show initiative. And if you say that, he's straight away going to feel like he's doing charity work just by goddamn existing. No. Number 2, never ever say, it's okay, I understand that you're just busy. Let's get one thing fucking straight. If a man likes you, if he deserves a place in your life, he will be talking to you. He'll be communicating with you. He'll be making an effort to see you. If he's not, if he goes a day without messaging you once, bitch be so for real. He's either seeing other women or he could not give less of a fuck about you. So never say that that's okay. Never be like, oh no, I understand. No! Number 3, never say, it's okay, I'm in no rush. If you happen to find an avoidant man with commitment issues that tells you he just wants to go with the flow, he just wants to see where things go. What are you, a fucking fish? Are you a fish? Fish lip bitch. No, we're not going with the flow. We're not happy to take our time. We're in a rush, okay? Because if you say that, you are going to be waiting for a ring for 20 years. It's never going to happen. You're going to be catching him on Tinder. He's going to be playing around behind your back. You need to make it very, very clear what you want, and you need to give a goddamn time frame, because if you don't and you make it seem like you're okay with going with the flow, you're going to be going with the flow until you're in the South Pacific Ocean.
I mean, y'all decide to go with the flow with Chad and Tyrone. Guys that are never, were never, and will never be serious about you. And then y'all get mad at regular men, dudes that are trying to spend time with you, that go at a natural, normal pace. Like they're the toxic one.
Men can actually do no right these days, and I actually feel sorry for them. I'm talking about the dating sites. I don't even know why I bother going on them. And I know I've got some audacity saying all of this when I look like this right now, but I full on just didn't match with someone because his prompts were just too long and no. Certain jobs, I'll literally just swipe because I'm like, well, that doesn't sound very exciting, does it? Coming from the unemployed person. When they message you and it's just like...
I don't know, man. Being broke is less exciting. You should turn this camera off right now. Turn it off. Delete this video.
Hi, how are you? No, boring. They've got a picture of them in skinny jeans. Could be the love of my life, but no, I don't know what it is. I'm not finding anyone attractive unless like I'm on the dance floor having like a little dance, having a little vibe with someone. Like these dating sites.
I'll be honest with you, man, just listening to some of these modern women talk about their dating experience, there's not a lot to be excited about. There's not a lot that can make them happy. It seems like they're miserable. Almost in some instances, it seems like they want to be miserable, if you can believe that.
I've been single over a decade.
That ugly money.
So you've been single over a decade?
Woo! That ugly money. Shit. That ugly money.
Okay.
Toxic independence is real, and sometimes when you've been alone as a woman long enough, you just get into your own groove. You know, you like to come home to your house, your plants, your dogs, the peace and quiet. Right now, the only thing pissing me off is life. That's it. And I can accept that.
Nobody's meant to be alone.
So what happens when I tell you that my purpose and my meaning and my happiness is within God?
Okay.
That's why God made men. That's why God made man and woman. He made Adam and Eve, not Eve and Roscoe the dog. Not Eve and Eve, not Eve and Kiki the cat. He made a man and a woman, and we're supposed to be together. And we're supposed to goddamn establish generational wealth. And we're supposed to duplicate and replicate ourselves and have some kids. And our kids have kids. That's why God made that. And if you look at 1 Timothy, that you want to go to the Bible, man, it says God, man, wife, children. That's what the Bible says. So argue with that. So if you're living through God, you better find God through that man, queen. And that's in the Bible. 1 Timothy.
Part of the reason that I'm single because a lot of these niggas is out here worshiping stones and Buddhas and other shit.
You shouldn't have fucked them. You'd have been over here fucking me and my niggas. We love God. Got the power invested in me. I will crack that ass. Hypothetically speaking. But what I'm saying is, you control access to sex. We control access to relationships. Stop giving them weird ass niggas a shot. Sometimes your dream man is not going to come in the form that you think. The man that you need in your life may not be 6'4". The man that you need in your life may not have an 18-inch dick. The man that you need in your life may not make $250,000 a year. Why don't you goddamn start vetting these niggas before y'all decide to sleep with them? I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about people that think like her. Go ahead.
So I'm looking for new people to come on my podcast, the Ugly Buddy Podcast. Imagine if millions of people heard your story, knew about your business, your music, your film, whatever you got going on. All you got to do is DM the word interview to this page right here. It's not free, but it's so affordable that you're not going to want to miss it. Let the world know what you got going on. Let the world hear about you. I need you on the Ugly Buddy Podcast. DM me now.
What is 34 plus 66?
I need to. 34, 66. Fuck no. I need to, like, do it on the paper. I can't.
34 plus 66?
Yeah.
34. 4 plus.
We don't move on until you give a guess.
Can I have a pen?
34 plus 66. 34 plus 66.
Thinking really hard about that.
95?
Yikes.
Dad, what does it mean for a woman to submit to a man?
So it's a very controversial topic, Maria, okay? Because women like to do things their own way nowadays, and they don't want to submit to a man because they think that makes them lesser of a woman to submit to a man. Men are like an umbrella. And the world is like a thunderstorm. And women can either go out into the thunderstorm and get completely soaked and drenched, or
They can go under the umbrella.
what?
Or they can go under the umbrella.
Exactly. Or they can go under the umbrella. What a lot of women have a hard time realizing is that that umbrella is only useful to cover and protect her from the storm if she holds it up, right? So if a woman wants to be protected by the covering of a man, she has to then submit underneath his covering and protection. But some women have a hard time with ego and pride that they don't want to be underneath another man. But what they fail to realize is that the umbrella can't be used for its intended purpose without the woman holding
The umbrella.
correct. What good does an umbrella do if you just hold it out to the side?
Nothing.
Nothing, exactly. But so many women want to be equal to men. They don't want to be underneath men, that they hold the umbrella out to the side, wondering why they keep getting drenched in the storm. But the way to be protected by the covering is to submit to being underneath it. Does that mean that the woman is less? No, it doesn't. Because guess what? The umbrella can't do its job without the support of the woman. Right? So men need women to support us so that we can cover them and protect them from storms. Here's the caveat to that. Men have to be full of integrity. Otherwise, even if a woman holds that umbrella up, she's still going to get drenched by the holes in the umbrella.
Hi, Key. I'm trans.
July.
I'm not. Are you crying?
Imagine you thought you just copped some elite light skin shit, man. And then she's like, hi, Key. My name Darius. Oh, the game is lost. The game is done, bro. Like, I really, like, I be trying to put myself in this position, like, think, like, bro, if I was making out with some fine shit, right? And she told me that she was actually a he. Like, I genuinely, I don't know how I would react. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would be extremely calm, stand up and just leave, or if I would just lash out and see red and destroy everything. But I might have to hit him with an almighty push. I might have to hit a majestic destroyer flame or something. I don't know. A hollow purple. I don't know. Something will have to. I told y'all the nanotech, the AI was getting more advanced. They're working AI and nanotech into these surgeries now. It's not a game. This ain't for the weak. This ain't for the faint of heart. Because, yo,
I grounded my son from his computer. I took away all of his things. I let him keep his monitor. I come back to his room. He's on a computer. He built it from scraps. It can run Doom and Grand Theft Auto, apparently.
Ma'am, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul, let him cook. Let him cook.
What is your definition of a high-value woman, then?
She's attractive and appealing. She has a comforting character. She's discerning and disciplined, liberating and loyal. She's enthusiastic and exuberant.
So none of that has to do with how much she makes, though.
Because your money matters not to us.
Yeah, I guess.
No, it doesn't. If so, then you should be able to show me women who make a lot of money who are below average looking with high value men. They're not. Women typically, a woman's currency is her beauty, her womb, her cooperative, her submission. A man is in his resources and his ability to compete and produce.
Something that needs to be studied is why when my husband is home, all sense of routine and order go out of the window. It's 6:30 and my home is clean. The kids already had dinner. Look at the kitchen. Spotless. The house is picked up. The dim mood lights are on. And you hear that? It's quiet. The kids are playing peacefully. The baby is napping. I don't know what it is, but when I'm by myself, I just thrive. I think it's because when he's here, I like to talk. We like to talk. And I just don't do the stuff that I would typically do. But when I'm by myself, I don't have anything else to do but get things done and in order because that's the way I like them. Now I'm about to go sit down and read my book. This is my kind of night.
Well, it's pretty normal. You like talking to him. He's your best friend. You'd rather be doing that than cleaning, than handling a routine. It sounds like a very healthy dynamic.
See me? Right behind me is Alamosaurus. It's the largest creature to ever walk across North America.
She doubled down, coming at me saying that I'm the bully and she's the victim. Here's what she had to say.
The outfit I'm wearing here is actually a lot more conservative than anything you would see at a pool, a gym, or a public park. And obviously the museum employees didn't see any issue with this outfit, as none of them came up to me and told me it was a problem at all.
If you don't know the difference of what's appropriate to wear to a pool or beach versus a place of education and history like a museum, then I don't know what to tell you. But then again, you do think it's okay to film content like this at a public park on a public bench. And as far as the museum employees, they didn't know any better because you came in covered up. It wasn't until you filmed a video to sexualize yourself sticking your ass out that you took it off.
But what you're really doing by creating this video is actually getting your fans to flood my educational videos comment sections with threats.
Actions have consequences, and people are sick and tired of having OF culture shoved in their faces, especially in front of their children. And they have the right to voice that opinion. So keep it at home and out of public spaces. Accountability isn't persecution. And educational videos, so is filming something disgusting like this at a museum educational? Seriously?
And apparently it's all to sell some low-calorie ranch. So how about you do better, Joey? And next time, think before you make some hateful rage bait against a woman in science. All to make just a couple bucks off of selling your salad dressing.
It's funny how you talk about being a woman of science and having a PhD, yet you have to sexualize yourself in every video in order to get people to click those links. And why? So you can sell more subscriptions to your OF account. And if a man of science did something like this, he'd be in jail. So since you doubled down, so will I. First off, it's not a dressing, it's a delicious low-calorie sauce. So don't be a hoe. Buy Southwest Creamy Ranch from Taste Flavor Co. And as you know very well, nothing beats a little shameless marketing.
I talked a while ago about, women continuing to say, well, we need our own spaces, we need our own gyms. They get tired of their own stuff. So they start coming into locations in areas where men are. And men get tired of that. And men say stuff like, man, why are you wearing that in the gym? Why do you keep on coming in here like that? A man could start another gym across town and modern women would follow him to that gym. It might take them months. It might take them years. But the women would find out and they would come and fled. Oh, I found this new gym. It's great. It's got this. It's got all these amenities for the girlies. No, it's not for the girlies. It's for the menlies. It's for the men. The men that want to come in, work out, have something nice. But because y'all tear stuff up everywhere you go, like you're doing right now in this video, y'all go in there, tear it up, mess it up, and then when somebody calls you out, you get upset.
Okay, y'all, let me break something down to y'all. I don't think some of y'all come to the realization of understanding the internet is forever. The things that you post on social media could hinder you from getting a job. It's definitely going to hinder your relationships. And God forbid you have children. You're going to embarrass the hell out of them as they get older. Now, for you to bring your overgrown ass on the internet and tell all of America, all of black social media, while you was down in Job Corps
which you were down to better yourself, to give you an opportunity to have a career, you had a train ran on you by 4 or 5 different men. What the hell do y'all be thinking? This is why I preach the gospel every day online. And when I get online, I'm not bashing y'all. I am generally concerned about y'all health and well-being. Y'all need therapy. Y'all really need therapy. Y'all put anything on the internet. And y'all think y'all going viral? You're going to make $1 million off of this stuff? I got 5 or 6 viral videos to my credit. It ain't that much money. Now social media ain't even paying what they used to pay. Some of this stuff you need to leave between you and Big Sandals. Stop putting your business on the internet. Like, what the hell be wrong with y'all? And then the first thing you're going to say is, don't judge me. You told us your business. Nobody asked you to come on the internet and say this. As a woman, you're going to deal with roadblocks differently in dating than men. No woman, regardless of what they say, typically eliminate a man from the competition based on his body count and other parameters. Men, we judge hard. And when we find out you've had a train run on you, you have automatically eliminated yourself from the competition of being somebody's wife. Unless that brother is moist and desperate. But leave your comment in the comment section. But y'all grown, they're gonna do what y'all wanna do.
You break up with a nigga and all of a sudden he got a sleeve, a car, and they ain't broke no more. Like, nigga, was I holding you back or?
Yes, absolutely. Did no, without a shadow of a doubt.
At the height of my career, divorce. It's been probably the hardest 1.5 year, 18-month period of my life, and just keeping everything together. And I'm sitting there, my lawyer looks at me, she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure. How the fuck did you end up marrying such a dumb bitch?" And I'm just standing there, all vulnerable, giving the most honest answer possible. Hey, she was beautiful. Hey, she this, that. Listen, I just wanted normal sized kids. I didn't want a house full of jockeys, okay? I wanted to propagate the species up, not keep it stagnant or go down.
That's a genius answer.
And everyone lost their fucking minds.
If you want more time with your kids, join our VIP program today. Man, buddy in the background laughing. That's that laugh you can have when you ain't got responsibilities yet, bro. Just wait. Your time gonna come. You gonna get out there in that real world, man. You're gonna have a real bad day. And the only thing you had to look forward to was that food, man. And the moment it touched that floor, your life just flashed before your eyes, man. Just that thing that just, when that moment where you already on the bridge, bro, and you finna jump, this be the thing that'll set you off right here. It'd be it's a small inconvenience, kinda, but it ain't. I'd rather get cheated on than have this happen to me. Like, I would wish this on my worst enemy. I would. People say they wouldn't. I would do it because this ain't life threatening, but it could be depending on your mental state. So
somebody said, but women have sexual liberation too. That's what I wanted right there. That's what I wanted. That face right there.
Sexual liberation is a scam.
Expound on that.
It is a scam that gets women to act out of what is truly natural. It is not natural for us to have multiple sexual partners. It's just not. It's not natural for us to be
But men do it all the time, Sarah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're different. It is a double standard.
Sarah,
it's a double standard.
Sarah.
Sexual liberation, you could be as free as you want to be. If that's what you want to do, go ahead, do you, boo. But it is really hard to outlive the title of being a hoe. You cannot be a hoe and think for 1 second, especially if that man is connected in the city, that any man that's also connected to that man that is also high value, high earning and masculine would want to choose you. Because ultimately, deep down, I believe, and y'all let me know in these comments, but most men want to think that their girl she's a good girl until they're with him. Men don't want you to be able to imagine, oh, my friend Joe over there, my friend Jay over there, my friend Mark, and my friend Daquan, they all smashed my lady. I actually was having a conversation with somebody and he was saying he's been very private about who he's dating. And somebody was asking him, well, who is it? Are you ever just going to say? And he was like, nah, man, you'll find out when you find out. And the guy responded, man, it's so funny to me when dudes try to be all private with who they dating and then they come out after they have feelings for her and find out everybody's ran through her. Like, nobody wants that embarrassment. It is embarrassing. And so I'm saying for ladies, if you want a high value, high earning, masculine man, sexually liberate yourself. You better learn your bodies in new ways you never knew your body before. I don't know what it is that you got to do. Pray about it. Talk to God. Take up a hobby. Get some girlfriends. Go out. Drink some tea. Have more water. Less soda. No takeout. Get into becoming the best version of yourself. Focus on that so you can attract what it is that you really want. Because there is no way I don't care what anybody says. And I hate when people say it. They be like, well, I would choose a woman. You can turn to a housewife. No, if you are outside of the entertainment industry and you are outside of sports, if you're outside of that, business owners, entrepreneurs, baby, it's not happening. You know, it's just, I can't see it. It is a scam. Don't fall for the scam. Sexual liberation is a way for you to disqualify yourself from a lot of things that you actually want.
And Joe and Jay are going to tell you too. Joe and Jay are going to let you know. You remember that song that R. Kelly and Usher came out with? Same Girl? It's not an accident. It's not some random scenario. Men talk, especially the high value men that you want to be around. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but just be careful.
If you do not have money as a man, what is your worth? I'm asking this as a genuine question. Women literally hold the portal to life between our legs, and whether we decide to use it or not, or have the ability to use it or not, it's still there. And that's why women will always be worth what we are. But as a man, if
Roughly 38,000 men in the United States unalive themselves every single year. I make 6 figures a month, but that doesn't make me more valuable than any other fucking male on the planet. I'm just a dude at the end of the day, and it's all fucking money. We're chasing government printed fucking money at the end of the day. The only reason why any of this has any semblance of value is because we as human beings decide to give it value, because we've established that this is legal tender to buy things that we want. Money doesn't mean shit if you have the personality of a fucking donut. If you always focus on money, I need money, well, what you're gonna get is none. Like focusing on the scale with weight loss. If you only focus on the scale and not the things that create weight loss, then you probably won't have a good time losing weight. Versus the person who adopts the habits of the fit person will likely lose the weight. If your only drive is money, and that's all you wake up and think about, probably not gonna get it. The guy that actually just understands and does what it takes and just does what someone that has money would do, will get that. Money doesn't make you any more or less valuable as a human fucking being. Okay? It doesn't do shit.
I was dating someone who was very secure in his masculinity, and I never had that. And although I loved the feeling of it, I like literally the best feeling in the world, I just could not let myself surrender.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
A masculine man isn't gonna fight for his role, right? And so rightfully so, it didn't work out.
That's very well said. Yeah, masculine man's not going to fight for his role.
Right.
That's very, very, very well said. It's like, what the heck? I'm not going to prove myself about this thing or have to defend myself or my own extension of my kindness. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're going to protect their energy.
To all the men in happy marriages and relationships, I know y'all love to see this. Now, the big smile that these women have when they see the husband or boyfriend goes to show you that they're happy in the relationship. And I want to tell any man in a relationship right now, if you're with your wife or your girlfriend and she's not smiling like this, especially if she didn't see you in a while, there's signs to show that she is not satisfied and she is not happy. It may have to do something with you or it may have to do something with her, but you have to figure that out. Now, if you have a conversation with her and you figure things out and it's you, then you're gonna have to pack it up.
David just filed a response to my divorce and custody papers. He wants 50-50 custody of my babies. Why does he think he can do that? They're my kids. I birthed them. I raised them.
Girl, it's all right. You're a mom and family court. Just tell him about the abuse and you'll get the kids. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean? David was a jerk and he worked all the time and he never paid me attention, but he wasn't really abusive.
He wasn't really abusive. You know that means he was abusive. I mean, think about that time that we were at Michael's party and he raised his fist to you.
He did that because we were joking about a boxing match.
About that time he yelled at you at the party and the next thing I know your wine glass was knocked out of your hand on the floor.
Did you not see the water on the floor? I dropped my wine glass when I slipped. He was trying to warn me.
I didn't see it. I saw him aggressively knock that wine glass out of your hands. And that night that he was punching at you, I was so afraid for you. I thought he was going to break your nose. Girl, do you want your kids or do you want him to have your kids? That aggressive, abusive man.
I mean, I don't want to lose my kids, but...
But nothing. Tell the courts about that abuse. Tell him about the violence. Tell them how afraid you were he was going to hurt you. There's no way the courts will let him have your kids if you do that.
And ladies, don't even try to claim that this doesn't happen, because when I expressed sadness about going 50-50 custody with my ex, which was the decision from the beginning, my friends tried to point out everything that they had ever witnessed him do that they deemed as just not even polite, so that I would have this narrative of abuse in family court so he didn't get custody of our child. I've watched more women do this to other women and convince them to use the silver bullet against a good father. False allegations in family court make you an unfit mother because your children deserves equal access to both mom and dad when both parents are fit.
Daddy issues? I have reverse daddy issues, honey. A man doesn't want to do something for me? My dad would. You don't want to pick up your phone for hours? Crazy, because my dad picks up first ring even at 3 a.m. You're not going to pay for my food? Yikes, my dad would never let me reach for the bill. You're not taking the lead? My brain literally gets to turn off when I'm with my dad. Oh, you were busy? My dad worked days and nights and still had time to ask how I was doing. You raised your voice to make a point? My dad never needed volume to command respect. If you think that I'm going to settle for less than what I grew up with, good luck, because he literally set the standard.
Man, are you setting the standard with your daughters? Are you representing the man that they desire to marry? Or are you too focused on work and your professional career and providing for the family that you've accidentally neglected the ones that you are stewarding? Your wife and your kids. And so, man, this is a great check-in that, hey, how can you become the man that your daughter would desire to marry? That is a worthwhile aim.
And women talk like this like it's a flex. You sound stupid. You sound slow. If a man were to start talking like this, you would say that he was a bum and he needs to go back and be taken care of by his mom, because you're not going to do that.
I want us to make men feel more bad about adjusting themselves or freeballing in public.
I don't think this is a conversation she really wants to have. Viewer discretion is advised.
Because that shit should be seen as perverted. Why are you touching yourself down there while I'm speaking to you? I don't give a fuck about a hairband cult, about your fucking jingle bells being in a weird position. I don't care about none of that shit.
Okay, so the new thing that they are upset about is men adjusting themselves in public. Now, the only part that I can agree with is don't do it in my face. That's fair. I can say, you know what, that's a fair take. But not being able to adjust yourself even when you are in some kind of discomfort as a man, you want men to just deal with it? I don't understand. And I find it really ironic that this is coming from the women that allow other women to walk outside half dressed. Like, I done seen all kind of body parts that I did not sign up to see. In grocery stores, at the post office, in Chipotle, at elementary schools when they're dropping their kids off to school in the morning. But a man adjusting himself is where we need to draw the line? You done lost your damn mind.
That's so fucking perverted and inappropriate to do that shit while somebody talking to you. Like, y'all don't even have the decency to be discreet about it. You'll be talking to a motherfucker and he literally just adjusts himself. Bro, and I'm the type to bust your ass out and be like, bro, don't do that shit in my face. That's weird as fuck. You weird as hell. You want some real weirdo ass shit to do that, bro.
As a man that has seen a woman adjust themselves in my face multiple times, I find it really hard to understand why she took this stance, because it's not an argument that you can win. Discomfort is a real thing. People are going to do what they feel is necessary to make themselves comfortable. Let's just start there. But the problem I'm really having with her take is there's no way men adjusting themselves, right, to get comfortable is more perverted than women going outside the house half naked into areas that have children. If a lot of y'all don't even blink, y'all don't think there's anything wrong with it under the context of she should be able to dress however she want to dress. Okay, but at what cost? I've seen plenty of women adjust their breasts, pick their wedgies, wear no bra or panties depending on what kind of outfit they have on. And you want me to now hold men accountable for adjusting themselves out of discomfort?
That's perverted as fuck, and you cannot convince me otherwise. That's not perverted. Why are you walking around about draws? I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care that you didn't have draws. You can't, you like, bro, y'all niggas need to be on the list.
I really hope she stretched before she reached like this. Because on the list for adjusting yourself? On the list for free balling? Now, if he was free balling at a children's park, I would understand. If he's free balling at an elementary school, I would understand. If he's free balling at a Chuck E. Cheese, I would understand. I don't know no man that's going into a public place that's just randomly free balling. Like, what are you wearing? How are you going to free ball with jeans on? How are you going to free ball with dress pants? That is so uncomfortable. Meanwhile, no matter where I go, I got to see nipples. I got to see ass and sometimes even some cat depending on what angle I'm at. But somehow, some way, men need to be on a list for adjusting or free balling in public. Not around children, around other adults. All the time there are women going to elementary schools in silk robes with no bra and booty shorts on and house shoes around children. And y'all don't think they should be jailed. Yeah, you know what? I see what's going on here. I'm going to tell you like y'all told us. Y'all shouldn't be looking in the first place. Y'all keep the change.
Let's talk about all these deadbeat dads that are always behind on their child support or don't even pay it at all.
How many times have you heard that this week on social media? But I don't think any of the women that say that actually look at the statistics behind child support. So let's do that. According to the Census Bureau's 2022 report on custodial parents and their child support, 5.7 million parents pay child support every single year in the United States. About 80% of child support obligations fall on dads. In 2022, dads were obligated to pay $25.2 billion in child support, whereas moms were only obligated to pay $4.8 billion. Now, what did they actually pay? For dads, out of that $25.2 billion, dads paid $16.2 billion. And moms, out of that $4.8 billion, moms only paid $3 billion. So do you know what that means? That means dads are paying a higher percentage of their child support than moms. Dads are paying 64.3% of all child support obligations, where moms are only paying 62.5% of their obligations. So dads are paying a higher percent of their obligation, and dads actually are obligated to 5.25 times more child support than moms. But yet, these women want you to believe that all these deadbeat dads are the ones not paying their child support. But where are the moms that should have been paying their obligation? You don't want to talk about them, do you, ladies?
Pay attention to this video.
This is a public service announcement. Any woman who says that she wants a husband just so that he can support her and her needs and what she wants doesn't really want a husband. What she really wants is a wife, because what she is trying to do is she is trying to take her role, which is supposed to be the wife, which is supposed to be the helper, which is supposed to be the supporter on behalf of the man, and she's taking her role and then saying that I want the man to then be my role. So I want him to be my wife. Women are very much looking for simps. They're looking for men that they can run over. They're looking for men that they can turn into wives. So that way the man can get with her program, and then she can be the leader of the household and then tell the man what he is and is not going to do. A lot of these modern women don't want husbands. They want wives, literally. They want the man to take the role that they're supposed to do of being a helper and assisting the man, and then wants the man to assist them, and don't care anything about what the man wants, needs, what he's inspiring to do. None of that. Don't care about his vision, goals, nothing. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it needs to stop.
Hi, I'm sorry, but I'm from America's Next Top Model, and I don't know who you are, but you're out here talking about black excellence.
Yes.
What are you promoting?
So I'm a streamer, you know. I also make music. I don't know if you know who Fred Again is and Skepta. I have a song nominated for a Grammy with them, Victory Lap.
Really?
Yes. And I am nominated for Streamer of the Year. Music Streamer, Best Stream Series, Best Stream Collab.
How do I support you?
Right here, support black business. What's your name?
Should I put you on my stories right
Yes,
now?
yes, yes, you should.
Support your black business?
100%.
We're here with
Black Boy Max. Black Boy Max, y'all know what time it is. All platforms.
all platforms. You
Make
gotta
sure y'all
support
vote.
him.
Oh, upside down. Make sure y'all vote. Vote. Exercise the right MLK fought for. Vote.
Period.
All platforms, Grammys, and Streamer of the Year. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Come on.
Okay, are you gonna
Yes.
give me a little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what?
I can't. Love though. I'm out. Oh my God. What the fuck?
A little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what? I respect it. Goodbye, sir. I wish him the best. The gag is that I wasn't even going to allow him to. Now the question is, do we post it on the ground?
Not only did you use the footage, but out of everybody there, you talked to a lot of people. We heard you a mile away. That was the only footage that you used. And I verbally told you not to use it. I have so many things going on right now that I don't have time to take you to court, but I dare you. I dare you to try me.
I don't even know who gave him the idea. Do you know the connotation behind the word plaque? And I don't know if this is maybe a different kind of plaque that you're talking about. Maybe it's a different one. But the first thing I thought of, because I don't think he has any real plaques, was plaque on your teeth, okay? You maybe want to understand the connotation and the vibration that certain words carry through society. I don't give a damn about who you think you are or any of your followers. But he walked away from me so disrespectfully. And it doesn't matter about America's Next Top Model. You don't ever depart from a real woman in that nature. Ever. You played yourself. And good luck with that Grammy. Good luck. I really genuinely hope you get it. Because that's probably going to be the height of everything that you get. But that's not none of my business. It's between you and God.
The gag was I wasn't even going to allow him to. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? Then it wasn't a gag then, was it? Girl, what are you doing?
I fumbled two good men. I know that in my lifetime, in my journey. Both of them challenged me as a woman. They put a mirror in my face and said, "You need to fix that. Why would you do that? Why do you act like that? Why do you talk like that?" And I was like, "Oh no, oh no, I'm me. You can't." But the fact of the matter was, they was like, "Okay, you won't get it right. Deuces, I'm out." And there I was to sit in that. The first time it didn't click, but the second time it did. But there I was, now as 40-year-old woman trying to figure that out.
The ratio of attractive women to attractive men is off.
Take all the makeup off your face and post your face right after you get out the shower. That is how men have to walk around looking. I've made videos like this before, but I don't think y'all understand that most women, especially most attractive women, put on costumes before they leave the house. The hair in your head is not yours. If a man has bad skin, he just has to wear bad skin. He doesn't get to cover it up with a different color of foundation. Women contour their face to try and change the appearance of their bone structure. That is literally what makes you attractive or not. What your parents gave you, you camouflage that. Y'all change the color of your lips. Y'all wear waist shapers. Then slap 3 filters on after all of that and call yourself pretty. That's why you can go find so many beautiful women on the internet. There are just as many attractive men as there are attractive women. It's just that average women appear attractive.
Did your wife had a no-fault divorce?
I'm not going to get into my personal life with you, Chuck.
All right, but if you're saying that Christian nationalists, they're pro-show cause but against at-fault divorce, then it's the same
Okay,
thing.
Chuck, well, what happened is her ex-husband went in the room and beat her half to death and
that's
ripped...
horrible,
Shut up,
man.
Chuck.
That's horrible.
Shut up, Chuck. But you want me to relive it and you want me to tell you about it, so I will.
All right.
And ripped out half of her tongue. Ripped it out of her fucking head. And so the thing is funny, Chuck. Thanks, by the way, for reminding me of that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Which Christian nationalist would say that divorce under those circumstances was not appropriate?
Who's the dude that was berating his pregnant
You
wife?
tell me. Chuck. Steven Crowder?
Yeah.
You think Steven Crowder, who's one of Rachel's best friends?
That's one of her best friends?
Yes. And one of mine.
Jesus Christ. You were telling your wife's you are talking about her horrific trauma, and then you're saying that freaking Steven Crowder.
Steven Crowder didn't lay a finger on his wife.
You are hanging out with users of women that want to trap women.
Steven Crowder never laid a finger on his wife, you lying bitch.
As far as we know.
No, as far as she claimed publicly, you fucking idiot? You don't even know anything about the case. Can you tell me that Hillary Crowder has said that Steven Crowder ever touched her? Because then why are you making these allegations? You just made an accusation that Steven Crowder his wife, total lies, said that he beat her up, total fucking lies, said that he would hate Rachel Wilson, who's one of his best friends. You're a idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Bullshit this whole night, and you
literally don't know what you're talking about.
I watched your debates.
Well, Chuck, I'm surprised you didn't learn from any of them, because good Lord, it was a terrible showing for you the whole night, and you really ended it with a flourish, let me tell you.
I didn't come here to win.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, because that wasn't going to happen.
Now, the interesting thing about this is that I've seen a lot of comments that have said, up until this point, he mopped the floor with her. Every point in the debate, she lost. For the entire 6 hours, she was getting swept. The one thing I will say, because I didn't watch the whole entire debate, the one thing I will say, there was a moment in battle rap where Hitman Holla was battling Averb, and I can't remember the whole entire battle, but Averb basically was talking to this dude. He was talking to him, just really going at him. And at the end of the verse, Averb said, "Hey, Big Gerald," talking to Hitman Holla's dad, because Hitman Holla's real name is Gerald. "Hey, Big Gerald." And for some reason that night, Big Gerald decided to answer. Nothing good could have come out of you answering. I don't know why he did it. And maybe it wasn't really even Big Gerald. Maybe it was all set up, right? To where when he hollered that, somebody in the crowd would, who's a part of his little scheme, would answer. And then he would say the next line, which was, "That's how you talk to your son." So basically, Hitman Holla just got a talking to on stage. Averb then turns to the crowd, hollers out to his dad and says, "Hey, this is how you talk to your son. This is how you handle your son. This is how you discipline your son." That's what this is right here. Hey, Red Pillars, Manosphere, this is how you discipline your son. One of yours. This is how you deal with him. So I understand where people are coming from when they say that, but it's kind of hard just because of people will forget the rest of the battle. They'll forget the rest of the debate because of the fact that that was a body bag. She caught a body that day. With that one thing, she caught a body. But the more and more of these clips, and you can watch the full thing, the full 6 hours, but the more and more of these clips that you watch, you kind of start to see what they're saying. This whole thing, this dynamic right here, assuming what Andrew is saying is true, taking it at face value, not saying that he would be lying, the issue with his wife is horrendous. It's horrendous. And instead of her stopping and shutting up, she says, "You're welcome. I'm glad I can bring that up for you." Why would you say that? That's not the thing to be saying. You stepped into something that you shouldn't have been in. You walked into something that you should not have been in. And then the thing with Steven Crowder, I think that was years ago, number one. Number two, like Andrew saying, I'm not 100% sure there's evidence that he put his hands on her. I think she was not just, but she was upset with the way that he talked to her. Steven, if you've ever heard Steven Crowder or Louder with Crowder, he's pretty, he says exactly what he means to say, regardless of who it offends. And he probably did that with his wife as well. And she probably didn't like it, got tired of it. And so that's why she started saying that he was verbally mishandling her. But the camera does not show, the footage does not show that he was, the little bit that we have does not show that he was doing any of that. And I guess what Andrew is saying, by her own admission, he wasn't doing any of that. So The fact that you just grasping at straws right now kind of lends credence to what they were talking about when they're saying the rest of the debate, before and after, she wasn't really saying too much. And that's what it looks like right here.